What's going on, everyone? The movie theaters are opening up, and so you know I had to go. And so yeah, here's the New Mutants movie review. Before I get into all of that, I need to give you a quick update on what the New Mutants is, because this movie is supposed to come out in April of 2018. Because of production reasons, and then Disney ended up buying Fox, this movie was put on the shelf, and nobody knew what was going to happen with this film. But here it is. The movie is out. It's in theaters right now. And this movie actually tied into the whole old X-Men franchise, all the storylines and everything. I'm not sure where it's going to sit now, since that kind of stuff is swept under the rug now with the MCU and stuff owning all the rights again. They're going to move forward with their own version of X-Men. So we'll see. I have a huge feeling, though, this is just going to be a one-off movie, and you're just going to have to take it as what it is. It would be cool for me, though, if they somehow attached this to the MCU, because here's the thing. Even though it connects to all the old X-Men films, you don't actually see any of the old X-Men in the film or anything like that. There's a clip. This is not a spoiler, but there's a clip from the Logan movie, and there is a little bit of, well, it's a blatantly obvious Easter egg of something you need to read. Let's just put it that way. That the X-Men franchise was building up, so I don't think it puts MCU at any risk of trying to move forward and keeping ties with anything. They were self-contained in this film. So with that being said, I think it would be cool to see the New Mutants eventually mold into the MCU, but we'll see. I have a huge feeling it's just going to be a one-off, and it is what it is. But anyways, let's dive into this. So this, like I said, yeah, it's the New Mutants. It's kind of like the underdogs, the mutants you haven't really heard about, but that's kind of everybody at some point. The cast stars, the main character is Blue Hunt. She plays Mirage. Oh, in fact, I'm going to give you their superhero names because I can't remember the names that they were, their normal names, their birth names. I know them more as their superhero names, which they never say in the film. So I thought that was very interesting. There's one of the group, which I'm not going to say the name or anything like that because I don't want to take the line away, but their name is one-liner-ish, as a joke mentioned in the film, which I thought was interesting. I didn't really find it funny, but it was supposed to be a one-liner funny joke, but I don't know. I thought it would have been cooler if they announced kind of their superhero names. They never did. But Mirage is played by Blue Hunt. She's the main actress. You got Charlie Heaton, which most of you know him from the Stranger Things TV show. Yeah, it's a TV show, even though it's a network show. So he plays Cannonball. You got Maisie Williams, who most of you know her from Game of Thrones. She plays Wolfsbane. You got Henry Zaga, who plays Sunspot. But then my personal favorite, just telling you right off the bat, is Anya Taylor-Joy, who she plays Magik. And if you don't know, they don't say this in the film or anything like that, but she's actually Colossus's sister. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, when you see, Ryan Reynolds fighting that Colossus, they could still attach that. He's already introduced, and like I said, the New Mutants can come right in. But anyways, I think Magik, she's a phenomenal character. I love her. She's the biggest New Mutants character that I personally know through the comics and everything. But yeah, that's the main cast. You got Dr. Reyes in this film, and really outside of that, there's maybe one, maybe two other actors, and so it's pretty low-key, but not low-key. Sorry. So anyways, this film's an hour and 40 minutes. There's not an after credit scene. I'm just telling you that right now. It's PG-13. Well, here's the thing about this film. It's different than a lot of the other superhero films. And what I mean by that is, it's kind of even like the genre is actually written down as like horror, fantasy, superhero. I wouldn't consider it a horror film. I do think it's suspenseful. It's got like some of the things that might be more thriller-ish, but it's got horror elements, and so I guess they kind of like, oh, this is a horror film. Like, I don't consider this a horror film, but it's nothing like anything you've seen before in an aspect. Like, it takes like these scary elements and puts it into a superhero movie, though. If you can imagine like a John Constantine movie, if you can remember that, with Keanu Reeves and stuff, or the Constantine TV show with, I can't remember his name, Matt something, like, those aren't really horror, but it's got the horror elements in it. But so I kind of put this more in that category. So even though it says horror, don't go in there thinking that you're gonna see this scary movie. But if you got younger kids, there are a couple scary things that might give them nightmares. So I'll leave that to your discretion. I just don't, when you see horror, don't think this is gonna be a scary movie. Just when it comes to superhero movies, this is gonna be a little bit more suspenseful than a lot of the other ones. So yeah, there's that. This movie was one of the screenplay writers and director. It's Josh Boone. He hit this way, well, what am I trying to say? He did a much better job with this than what I was thinking. I mean, originally when I saw this, heard about it, I didn't have that high expectations, and even with the first trailer, it's like, okay, I'm intrigued, but now that I've seen it, I'm just telling you, I give this movie a 7 out of 10. I feel bad this movie is taking so long to come out. I feel like it's lost a little bit of its gas because of all that, 2 years of extra promotion and everything, and I think this movie is worth seeing. If you're able to go to the theaters, I would recommend seeing this film. Like I said, it's a 7 out of 10. The reason I'm bumping it down to a 7 though is just because there's definitely some boring parts. I'm sorry, Mirage. I'm sorry, Blue Hunt. The main character I felt like was the weakest part of the film, and not due to, more so because of the writing aspect. So it has nothing to do with her or her acting abilities or anything like that. But so yeah, when she's acting and that kind of stuff, and it's really about her, some of those storylines just felt a little bit slow. And maybe it's because I know a little bit of the comic aspect of it, so I know who they are already and that kind of stuff. So maybe that's why I felt it was a little bit slow. But then there's also a relationship that evolves, and I'm just telling you, for me, like, I don't mind it, but at the same time, it felt more forced than anything else. And so I feel like they could have executed that a little bit better. So those two reasons alone, I feel like I just got to knock it a little bit. And just because they also had to speed up through a very quick origin of all 5 of these people. Obviously, they spent more time with the lead actress than the other ones, but man, here's the thing. I really think there could be a Magik solo movie. Like, the movie kind of goes, and then it's like the last 20 minutes. This movie is just like, all right, now you know who everybody is. Cool. Let's just see what they can do. And it's like, man, this is what I've been waiting for. So the movie just takes a while to get there. And I know you might have seen already that one of the co-creators of the New Mutants, like comic book and everything for the Marvel properties, they misspelled his name in the credits, which I did see. It does like this special thanks to, and it lists like 3 people, and it does say they misspelled his name. His last name is spelled capital M, lowercase c, capital L-E-O-D, and they definitely put an M-A-C. So he's upset about that. The other thing he complained about is Wolfsbane. She's not ginger enough, and that Henry Zaga, who plays Sunspot, that his skin tone isn't dark enough. He's Brazilian. I don't know. To me, the ginger thing didn't bug me, and neither did Henry Zaga. He looked like he's Brazilian, but maybe that's some of my ignorance. I don't know. To me, he had me convinced. But yeah, so that's the co-creator. I know he complained about that, so I don't know. Maybe it does bug you too. So there's a little bit of that kind of stuff in this film. But there you have it. So that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're excited as much as I am that movie theaters are open, because watching the movies on the couch was getting a little bit old. And so yeah, here it is. More to come. So stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button. That way you're notified for future reviews. And let me know in the comments if you know, your thoughts on the movie. Who was your favorite character or anything like that. Maybe you can remind me who the characters' real names were, because I completely forgot. I remember Magic Celiana, but yeah. And then if you liked the video, hit that little like button. That lets me know, oh, cool, you liked it. So, thank you guys. Have a good one.